Well, yes, of course, I'd be happy to tell you a bit about my life. I mean, it's bound to go down in the history books eventually. Where do I begin? Well, I'm just an ordinary woman, really, very ordinary. But I'm married to a wonderful, intelligent, sophisticated, ruggedly handsome, wild, talented, sexually exciting, and tremendously fun to be around hunk of a man. Yeah, my husband, he's just wonderful. I'm a very lucky lady. He's written a book, you know. He's written three books, and they just get better as they go along. Because he's a journalist, you could say, so he's really good at writing. Very good at writing indeed, and really you can learn a thing or two about anything from reading any one of his books. So, I mean, life in general is just enhanced by reading his books. They're just brilliant. And actually, if you're interested, he's doing a book signing at a second-hand bookshop this weekend. Which is ironic because he only has one hand, no second hand, just the one. I did actually crush his other hand by accident, sadly, one day. And well, he was changing the back tyre of our car like a good husband would, which sadly I didn't realise as I started to back out of the driveway. But it's all in the past. Luckily, he's learnt to type and change tyres and do other things with one hand, which is a brilliant feat, if you ask me. I mean, writing books with one hand, the one-handed author, it's got to be, you know, it takes twice the time. But he's written a book about his experience in the small and relatively unheard of country of China, if you can in fact call it a country. He was sent over there and he covered a big story about a couple of dairy farmers who were hurling cow shit over each other's back fences in what was really one of the biggest conflicts of the 90s. I'm surprised the UN didn't get involved. But you know, I was so proud of him. It was the zenith, the pinnacle, the highlight of his career, and you know, he just did wonderfully in his interviewing style. He was so understanding of those ching-chong-changers, and even though he didn't understand a word of their pots and pans language, he really is at the forefront of international journalism. Currently, he's working on a documentary about the rumoured panther sightings in the Blue Mountains. It's thought of a very clever title. It's kind of a play on Dances with Wolves. It's called Dances with Wildcats in the Blue Mountains. Yeah, it's highly original and outside the square, I thought. It's very clever. But the doco is going tremendously well. I mean, even though he doesn't have any evidence of the panthers, panthers. I was going to say pumas, but that's not right. Pumas in the Blue Mountains? What a ridicule. What a ridiculous thing. And he hasn't danced with one either, but, you know, still the doco's going quite well. He's got some good shots of the bush. Not my bush, which might I add is about as hairy as a panther's. But, no, we did actually want Kevin Costner to do the narration, but his agent said he was a bit too busy. It's a shame, really, that his schedule's so full. I'm sure he would have absolutely relished an opportunity to work with a famous man like my husband. But, aside from my husband being such a brilliant journalist, which he is, but aside from my husband being such a great journo, he's also just a great husband. You know, he's supportive, caring, and he goes down on me 3 times a week, which, let me assure you, after 30 years of marriage and 4 children, the appeal is bound to have diminished. That's commitment for you. I suppose because my name's Jill. He really is my Jack. We're Jack and Jill. And we've been up so many hills together I've lost count. But, I mean we're Jack and Jill in the sense that, you know, we go together, we're a pair, not in the sense of Jack and Jill being brother and sister. Were they brother and sister? Were they brother and sister because... No, I don't mean in that sense. I just mean in the sense of us being a pair. I mean, we're not brother and sister. That would be incestuous. No, his name's not Jack either, but You know, just like if my name was Juliet, he would be my Romeo. Or if if his name was Tristan, I would be Isolde. Or if I would call him Anthony if my name was Cleopatra. It's just the way it works. But you know, it's a very loving relationship. We do various lovey-dovey things for each other. For instance, this morning I wrote him one of those continuous rhymes, you know, like you know what I mean? Sort of like the Mary had a little lamb, she thought it was quite silly, she threw it up into the air and caught it by the willy, was a wombat sitting on the grass, along came an ant and bit him on the ass, no questions kind of thing. Yes, well I wrote him one of those, and I was gonna surprise him with it this afternoon when he gets home from the Blue Mountains, but I'll give you a bit of a sneak preview if you like. Do you want me to... Right, well, it's all up here in my head. Let's see where I... Did you want me to look at you or the camera for this? Because you know, as a journalist, you should really know the intentions of your filming. You should really know what you... Because, you know, I'm telling a rhyme, I'm no longer talking directly to you, I'm telling something I wrote before, so perhaps I should look directly into the camera and do that? Right. I'll take off my glasses and stare directly into your eyes, directly into the eye of the beast, like I will my husband later on when I tell him this. Now let's see. I really love my husband. He's a very important man. And when I say I love him, he holds me by the hand, me a diamond ring or a winning lottery ticket. But if it means I can't have my hubby, I'll tell you where to stick it on my finger, that gorgeous little thing. That's what I said to hubby when he bought me my engagement. Ring up the ambulance, I'm lying in the gutter. Because when I saw my husband, my heart went a fluttering little lovebirds, doing a courtship dance. When my husband comes home, I'll take off my pants. Can't really continue on from there, can you? But I do take off my pants. I mean, to be honest, we have just got the best sex life. He, you know, he's wild and creative still in the bedroom. You know, it's like he's back in the war zone of journalism. He's sticking his microphone in the most dangerous of places. It's getting a bit hot in here, isn't it? I might just take this off if you don't mind. Just take this off. Getting a bit flushed. Just readjust myself if you don't mind. Here we go. Right. I'm ready for anything now. Me. You want to know about me? Well, what do you want to know about me? I mean, there's not very much that's interesting about me. I mean, alright, let's see. Well, I'm married to my husband. That's by far the most interesting thing. But I'm also a part-time writer myself. Not as good as my husband. But I also teach postmodernism to preschoolers. Which is, they're very engaged in it, I think, most of the time. I mean, they do some pretty shitty paintings. And I try my very best to find the postmodernism in those paintings and in their little stupid, misspelt, crooked zigzag calligraphy. And it's not hard because really, when you think about it, postmodernism's just all around us. It's everywhere. And, but that is my area of expertise when I write as well, postmodernism. And when I say I write in postmodernism, I mean I write about various posts in the style of modernism. For instance, I wrote a story called Ron the Rabbit-Proof Fence Post, which was a modern piece about the stolen generation of Aboriginals from the perspective of a wooden fence post. And then I did one recently, it was a full-length novel called Larry the Lone Fence Post, and it was about a randomly placed post stuck in the middle of a desolate field who didn't know his purpose in the world. And really that was a metaphor for isolation, because, gee, we've all been there. I mean, I was a bit of a lone fence post in the middle of field when I met my husband, didn't know what to do with myself, and then luckily he's a field reporter, so he came along and made an honest fence out of me. Then there was Dale, the Daily Post, which was a story about how news corporations influence governmental policies and the public reception of them. It was a children's book, of course. It was illustrated. Oh, and how can I forget, I'm currently working on a post-modern novel. Sounds complex, I know, and it is. It's about two posts stuck together by accident when a fence is being erected. And, you know, postmodernism. Two posts side by side in a dirty hole. And, oh, it's a thrilling tale, let me assure you. Bit of a frog in my throat, I'm afraid. Quite a manly throat cleared. Oh, lucky I have these, otherwise you might think I was a gentleman, like my husband. Think my husband would be gay. But back to my novels. I did think for a short time about writing an erotic novel. Stepping away from posts and postmodernism for a little while. But then I thought, oh, that's dangerous, because I'll just end up back where I started, because I'll start writing about my husband's post. But seriously, I would. It's a very nice one. Very nice one indeed. This one's for my husband. Just a small town girl. I was living in a lonely world. Before I met my husband, and he took me everywhere. What was that one? I'm also working on a little one for him. You know, that's obviously by Journey, and I just changed the lyrics. But I think I was writing one the other day. It's kind of like. Theme for Larry the Lone Fence Post. I'm so alone, there's no one here. I'm by myself in the middle of this field. I am Larry, I'm Larry the Lone Fence Post. I'm stuck in a field by myself. Come save me, please. So, as you can see, there's talent in this family. 99% of it comes from my husband, but the other 1% is shared by me and the kids, 4 of them.